Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Brain Ladle Trivia Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. I am your tongue-tied host, Dave-O. What belt am I again, Andy?
The one of the really low ones.
Is it green?
Yeah, I'm green. Yeah, I'm green.
Puce, maybe?
Puce. Wearer of the green belt, Dave-O. With me, as always, is the purple one, Andy.
Hello, Ladle Raiders.
And brown belt, Kells.
Season's greetings.
Once again, we are desperately trying to keep Kells from the top of the mountain.
Well, you're boosting Andy, though.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I really didn't.
No.
But sacrifices have to be made sometimes. But I think today is going to be mine. I'm feeling it.
Oh.
Yes. I'm not going to Joe Namath it. I'm not going to.
Not going to guarantee? I guarantee.
No, I'm not going to guarantee. I'm going to, I'm going to Rasheed Wallace it. All of us played hard. So here we go. Sensei Neil, what are we talking about today?
Well, let's go over the rules real quick. Every week we have a theme, and within that theme, I've got 6 categories of 4 questions each. Each question's worth 10 points. There's a few bonus points thrown in, and there's going to be a final question worth up to 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
And so today's theme, we in this kumite, if you will, we had
Of
one
trivia knowledge.
particular. Yes, thank you.
Minutia mastery.
We had one episode where Kells definitely excelled. That was the wrestling one.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I remember that time. Those were the
You
dark
remember that?
times. The dark
yeah,
times.
that was one where you did not excel, if I remember right, Andy. I can't remember the exact score, but it seems
0.
Like it was it 0?
I had a
Okay,
0.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Goose egg.
And then a couple of weeks ago, we had the music episode where Andy kicked a large amount of ass.
Cinderella story coming from
Can I say
behind.
I wouldn't say that was a Cinderella story since you set the all-time record for total points.
It's a pretty epic Cinderella story.
Oh,
It's like the 99 Yankees saying that they're underdogs.
yeah.
So I decided that I was going to try to come up with a category that I know for a fact is going to favor Dave-O a little bit.
Woo.
It's a history category
Oh.
about Vice President George Clinton and his band Parliament Funkadelic.
Oh my god.
My favorite VP.
God.
On the mothership, Baba.
No, that was just a joke, Dave-O.
Thank you.
I really do try to keep them fairly neutral, and I want to have everybody have a fair chance. Today's episode is actually about the Earth.
Earth?
I've done
Welcome to
space.
Earth?
Exactly.
He said Earth.
He did say Earth. I know it's a bad meme.
I've done space, I've done oceans, I've done stuff like that, but this is all about Earth, and dirt, and ground, and stuff like
Oh,
that.
wow. So before
Okay.
we get started, Sensei, guys, since our Sensei has given us our topic, I would like to throw a couple shout outs to some friends of the show, some sister podcasts, some brother podcasts. I don't know how you'd want to put it. Gender is fluid. You know what I'm saying. The Trivia Rogues, we've had Billy on a couple times. He's a wonderful guy. This week, their episode has a literature quiz. They talk about Big Ben, and they top it off with a belated Mother's Day quiz. So that is live right now. As of this recording, that's their episode. So please give them a listen. And Quiz and Hers, one of our first Twitter followers, actually, their episode is all about the letter X. X gonna give it to him. So check out Quiz and Hers. They're a great show. They are very similar to us, yet kind of different from us. Just enjoy. Sensei, take it away.
All right. So As usual, our first category tonight is science.
Yay!
I know, right? Question 1. Aristarchus of Samos proposed a heliocentric model of the universe, but this Polish astronomer was the first to create a mathematical version of heliocentrism. Who was he?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. Oh, I just locked in wrong. Okay. I'm locked in. Too late.
I'm locked in.
Okay. Kels, who did you lock in with?
Well, I'm hoping he was Polish, but I went with Copernicus.
Okay. Andy?
Tycho Brahe.
Okay. And Devo?
Well, I'm hoping that he's Polish, and I locked in with Copernicus as well.
I think Tycho Brahe was
Danish.
Swedish?
Danish. I remembered after I wrote it down.
Yeah. Yeah. But Nicholas Copernicus was Polish,
Yeah.
and he developed a mathematical version of heliocentrism.
Yay.
Question 2. What is the name of the Earth layer between the outer core and the crust?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Man. Oh, I'm probably wrong, but this sounds cool. I'm locked in.
Andy, what's your answer?
The mantle.
Oh, now I'm wrong. Crap. But mine sounds cooler than mantle. That's what you put pictures on. I put the lithosphere.
Okay. And Kels?
Number 7 for the New York Yankees, the mantle.
Isn't the lithosphere a carnival ride?
A really good one, I would imagine.
Be a cool carnival ride.
The correct answer is the mantle.
So
here's a nugget. The mantle is full of molten rock. When it comes out through like volcanoes, it's lava. What is it while it's still inside?
Liquid hot magma.
Magma.
I should have known.
Well done there.
Mike Myers teaching children right there.
I'll never forget that.
Magma.
All right. What scientist installed a giant pendulum in the Paris Observatory in 1851 to prove that the Earth rotates around an axis?
Oh, I know this. It's
You sounded like a dot matrix printer failing for a minute there, Andy.
Oh, I'm locked in.
Oh, come on.
I might not be right.
But I don't even have that moment of realization that a name can fit on my paper. I'm just going to write down a name I know is wrong. I'm locked in.
Devo?
Newton.
Kels?
Foucault.
Andy?
Foucault.
It is Leon Foucault.
Hey, man,
There was a book by I think Umberto Eco called Foucault's Pendulum.
I thought that was about Michel Foucault. Wrong Foucault.
Okay, this next one's worth 15 points.
Ooh.
Whoa.
For 5 points each, what are the 3 major types of rock classes?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I can come up with 2 of them.
I thought about making this an all or nothing, but that would be a little bit harder. Unless you're a geologist or Kels.
Well, I took geology in college.
Did you?
I took intro to geology. I did not do as well as I could have, but I took it.
I did too, but that was literally more than 3 decades ago.
All right. I'm locked in.
And
Is your answer set in stone?
Oh, my sides. Please stop.
Ooh, yeah.
Kels, what do you have?
Okay. I went with igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic.
Devo
Igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary.
and Andy.
I wrote down sedimentary, igneous,
Sedimentary.
and baby metal.
Yes.
Okay. So
I
close.
hope it was worth it.
Totally worth it.
Kels and Devo, you were both correct. Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic.
But baby metal is gaining.
Nah.
It is. It totally is.
You guys did pretty well in that science category. Well, some of you did anyway.
Hey.
At the end of round one, Devo has 25, Andy's got 30, and Kels had a perfect 45.
Let's go science.
Next category is movies. These are all older movies. So I try not to be... I'm aware of the whole millennial thing and that we are anti-millennial from time to time, probably most of the time.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. But I mean, these are
does
old.
it?
Like the earliest one is from '76.
Okay.
As a teacher, I've always made it clear I hate
So
children.
it's not like none of us were adults when these movies came out. And for most of them, none of us were born.
So are we carbon dating these movies?
How many of those you got?
Woo, somebody's had his Wheaties today.
I'm
He's
going to try
running
for
out.
one. I know. I'm going to try for one to each category. I got
Yeah,
you.
You do the
gonna
hat
run
trick?
You're gonna run
You
out
do
by
the hat
half.
trick.
He's gonna run out by half.
Heck no. I got this.
Okay.
No.
Are you done bantering?
Yes.
The sadness in his voice is what made that perfect. Are you done
That's
bantering?
fantastic. Oh my god!
I'm trying to do a show here, and you guys just keep chit chatting.
We're done bantering.
Okay. People listening are going to think I'm an ass, but that's just me. I mean, I don't know.
Bud Abbott never came across that well.
All right, question one. The Man Who Fell to Earth is a 1976 British sci-fi film starring which rock icon in his first starring role?
Oh,
I'm locked in.
locked in.
Sure. Locked in.
All right. Andy, what's your answer?
It's Bowie, I think. David Bowie.
Devo?
The answer is David Bowie.
And Kels.
Ziggy Stardust. David Bowie.
Davo, was that a David Bowie impression, or do you have emphysema?
That was an impression of Jermaine Clement doing an impression of David Bowie on that HBO show. What was that called? Kels, with the two New Zealanders.
Flight of the Conchords.
Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, he did a whole bit with David Bowie that was hilarious.
The correct answer is Elton John.
No.
Oh,
No, it's David Bowie. All right, question two. According to the theme song from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, on what day was Michael Rennie ill?
Oh, man, to do the whole song in my head. Locked in.
Me too.
I'm locked in.
Devo, what's your answer?
He fell ill on the day the earth stood still.
Kels?
I said Tuesday.
It might have been a Tuesday. We don't know.
Okay. Andy?
The day the earth stood still.
Yeah, Kels, the correct answer is The Day the Earth Stood Still. That was a movie from, I think, the 50s starring Michael Rennie.
Oh, got you.
I have
Was
a
that
little
the one they
trivia nugget.
Well, let me ask this question.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me ask this question before you drop that nugget hot and fresh. Is The Day the Earth Stood Still the movie that was remade with Keanu Reeves and Jennifer Connelly recently?
Yes.
I think it was, yeah.
And Jaden
Okay.
Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Andy.
Yeah, and I have a little trivia nugget where, in a weird sort of way, I'm sort of in the Guinness Book of World Records. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, once a week at midnight at the Oriental Theater, they still play the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And the Oriental Theater is in the Guinness Book of World Records for having that movie as a regular feature the longest than any other movie theater.
Nice.
And so I have attended, oh gosh, I must have gone to see it 4 or 5 times when I lived in Milwaukee. It was a big event. Every week people dressed up, they talked back at the screen. When there were scenes like when they toast Brad and Janet, people throw toast at the movie screen. It's really like something everybody has to do, at least it should be on your bucket list. It's a lot of fun.
I've done that several times at different theaters.
I have done that as well. It's a blast.
Yeah. But the Oriental's been doing it longer than anybody.
Cool.
Well, I don't believe in throwing toast away, so I don't know if I could participate.
Yeah, I never threw away toast, man.
I mean, that's optional. You don't have to do it.
But to see it done, wrong is wrong.
Toast is good food.
If it matters, Kels, generally the toast has not been buttered.
So the potential is there, and it's just thrown away. That's bad. That's worse.
Wow. I feel like I made you really depressed now.
I'll bounce back.
Question 3. The Last Man on Earth was a 1964 movie starring Vincent Price and was based on a book. There were 2 other film adaptations of the same book, one in 1971 and another in 2007, each of which has different names. Name either of the other adaptations and their lead actor, and a bonus if you can name both sets of movies and actors. So 2 extra points if you can name both movies and both lead actors.
Wow. I'm guessing on one.
I think I might have one.
Well, I'm locked in.
All
right.
This ain't gonna work, but I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Devo?
I Am Legend with Will Smith. And I didn't get the bonus.
Okay. Kels?
I Am Legend, Will Smith, and I think, I always thought that was a remake of The Omega Man. And as a guess, I just wrote down Rutger Hauer.
Okay.
And I forgot about the Omega Man.
I am feeling so good about my answer because I knew one of them was Omega Man with Charlton Heston. And I totally guessed at the very last minute, I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Okay, the 2 movies are Omega Man with Charlton Heston and I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Boom!
Man.
Sorry. That's
good. That was good.
Right.
Man, I forgot about Omega Man.
The book was named I Am Legend. All 3 of the stories are slightly different, but the gist of them is the same. There's one guy who's left alive, and he's in a zombie apocalypse, essentially.
I wasn't really a big fan of I Am Legend, honestly.
You should watch the alternate ending. Is far better and should have been the original ending.
Does it? Yeah, because the ending felt very Hollywoody.
Too Hollywood.
Yeah.
But the alternate is really good.
Okay.
I should try that because I remember not caring for the movie that much, but maybe I'll try the alternate ending.
The only way I knew I Am Legend Will Smith, I've never seen 1 minute of the movie, but I listened to a podcast called Film Sack, and they did I Am Legend last week. And so
wow.
I just listened to that podcast a few days ago, and they did not mention that was a remake, essentially, The Last Man on Earth, but from listening to the podcast, I knew the gist of the film, and I threw that down there. But if I hadn't listened to that podcast, I would have never come up with it.
So I got, for that question, just for the record, Devo with 10 points, Kels with 11, and Andy with 12.
Oh, okay. So Kel's got a point for knowing the title, not the. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, question 4. In movies, 1959's Journey to the Center of the Earth starred what popular singer whose early career was centered on covering black R&B artists for white audiences?
Wow, I didn't think he was in this, but it can only be one guy. I'm locked in. Though I've seen the movie. I did not remember him being in this.
Ooh. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right. Okay, Andy, you go first then with your answer.
I'm guessing on. I don't know if he was in the film, but the only artist that comes to mind, and I'll give you guys a hint. His last album was a heavy metal cover album. Do you know who it is
Oh,
now?
I'm wrong.
Pat Boone?
Pat Boone. I'm guessing it's Pat Boone.
Kels
I said Elvis.
and Devo.
I said Ricky Nelson.
No.
The correct answer was Pat Boone.
Where?
He really didn't want to do it, but it turned out that it was a pretty big, fairly successful movie for the time, and he was glad he did in the end.
I didn't know he was in the film. I do a lesson in my advanced placement history class where I show them a video of Little Richard performing Tutti Frutti and then followed up with a Pat Boone performing Tutti Frutti and ask them which record would they buy, and then point out that Pat Boone's record went to number one. Little Richard's did not. And it's a really great explanation for that moment in history.
I thought about saying something about white shoes, but I didn't know if that would help you guys.
It wouldn't have helped me at all.
Because he's kind of known for wearing white shoes.
And Granddad didn't need any help at all.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Now
What
you're
was that
going
last
down
picture
too.
you put on your Facebook page? What was that?
Picture of my grandson
There's a picture of your grandson. Yeah.
Grand.
eating my new copy of Model Railroader. Wow,
Yeah,
I could not be
so-
more nerdy and old in this moment.
Rice.
All right, point taken. Good to know.
Speaking of points, at the end of round 2, Andy's got 72, Kels has 66, and Devo has 55. It's anybody's game.
Nice.
Well, unless you're in last place.
Well, I'm trying to be encouraging.
Wow.
Category 3 is Earth Day.
It's going to be about.
I know, right?
Okay.
Within 5 years, in what year was the first Earth Day celebrated?
Oh dear.
Locked in.
I'm locked in as well.
I'm gonna lock in.
Devo?
1975.
Okay. Kels
Said 1969.
and Andy.
1965.
So I was going to originally do this as what decade, but the problem is it happened on the first year of a decade, and I didn't want to throw anybody off, so that's why I switched it to 5 years. The year was 1970, so you all got points.
Wow. Nice.
Question 2 on Earth Day. In a comic strip that ran on Earth Day 1971, the title character looked at the trash in his swamp and said that, quote, "We have met the enemy and he is us." And for a bonus, name the comic strip's author.
What is his name? I can see the comic strip.
I'm trying to harken back to the comic episode. And
I don't know the author, but I know. Oh, wait a minute. No.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right. Start with Kels.
Mutt and Jeff.
Oh.
Devo.
Wizard of Id.
And Andy.
It's Pogo, but I'm drawing a blank on the cartoonist's name. I keep thinking Walt Disney, and that's certainly not right. But it's definitely Pogo.
It is Pogo, and you're really close. His name was Walt Kelly.
Oh! Something threatened, rotten, blankety, blankety, black.
A lot of frustration from a guy who got it right.
Well,
Yeah,
I got it.
he can-
I got half of it. I came this close to getting all the points.
Well, technically, you got like 80% of it. You got 10 out of 12 points.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is way better than 0 out of 12. So shush.
So close. I kept no. That is, you get the wrong name in your head. Walt kept. Walt Disney is not it.
Question 3. Earth Day 2000 events were hosted by this actor fresh off the release of his latest movie, The Beach.
Locked in.
The beach?
Uh, oh, yeah.
Oh, crap. All right. I'm locked in.
No, I'm not. I'm not locked in.
No pressure, Andy.
Shut up. I am thinking over here. It is.
Wish I had locked in. I really wish I had locked in now.
Why you feel a different way now?
Oh, if Andy's even close to right, he's already given it away.
Come up with his name. He died of cancer. I know you guys are locked in, so I can talk it out. He died of cancer.
You can.
Yeah.
All right. I'm locked in.
Okay. Andy, give us your wrong answer.
Keanu Reeves, because he talks like a guy that would be like on the beach.
Not really that kind of beach. You haven't seen that movie, have you?
Yeah,
Maybe not. I'm just thinking of, maybe I'm wrong.
Deva?
I put Johnny Depp because I didn't know.
Kells?
Me personally, I used to always get this confused with The Island, which I felt like came out around the same time, but Leonardo DiCaprio was Academy Award winner Leonardo DiCaprio was the star of The Beach.
The correct answer is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, so I was wrong anyway. Who was I thinking of? Somebody help me out.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Yes, thank you.
And
So what is
were
the
you thinking
beach
about Point
about?
Break?
Point
Yeah.
Break. His
That's
name
what,
was
you know,
Bodie.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Point Break. That's exactly where I was going with that.
This is why I went with Keanu Reeves.
Or no, I wasn't thinking Point
Johnny
Break.
Utah.
Utah.
I'm lost on this question. Just ignore me.
What's the beach about?
Well, I never saw it. I just know it.
I believe the beach is it's like an island in Asia somewhere, like off the coast of maybe Thailand or something.
Mhm.
And there's a bunch of drugs, and it's kind of a culty sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
I saw it once 15 years ago, probably, and it was interesting, but not great.
Okay.
Question 4. On Earth Day 2016, a landmark climate agreement was signed by almost 200 countries. The U.S. president has announced that he will withdraw from the agreement in 2020. What is the name of this agreement?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Deva?
The Paris Accords.
Kells?
Paris Climate Accords.
Andy?
Paris Accords.
I think it was just I think it was a Paris Agreement, but you all obviously knew what it was, so I'll give you credit for
Accords
that.
sounds so much more
Yeah, it really sounds
momentous.
formal.
Yeah.
I mean, the Paris Agreement might mean where you're going to lunch,
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. We will be having Whataburger
Is that your French impression? Okay.
for now.
All right. Work on it.
For all the legal enforcement that this agreement has, it might as well be just an agreement to go to lunch. It really doesn't make anybody do anything. They've all
No.
just kind of agreed to do stuff, and there's no reason for anybody to actually follow through with it.
Right.
So I put solar panels on my house for nothing? Great. Now you
No,
tell me.
you did it because you're responsible, Andy.
Did you sign the agreement?
Well, I signed an agreement with the solar people.
Well, now you're not allowed to anymore because we've pulled out of this Paris Agreement. So
Oh,
I think you're going to have to take them down.
they were really expensive.
All right, at the end of round 3, I've got Andy with 102. Kells is close behind with 96, and Devo was less close behind with 75.
But still hanging around.
Still
Yeah.
hanging.
Still
We
on the
haven't quit
podcast.
yet, so
Yeah.
You're in the fight, Davo. Don't
You're
let
kind of the
anybody
Robin
win
of the podcast.
you. Wow.
Thank
now
you.
he's just.
I will be very happy about being the Robin of the podcast.
I figured that was a high compliment.
Is this Adam West Robin? Because Burt Ward was like in trouble a lot.
Well, he was called the boy hostage a lot of times. So,
Or honestly, Hall of Justice Robin.
voiced by Casey Kasem.
Oh, I didn't know
Casey
that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Casey Kasem.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Meanwhile, in the podcast,
Category 3 is
Category
was the one we just did. Category 4 is music. I was just seeing if you were paying attention.
I'm on it.
Category 4 is music.
Is
Question
it rock
1.
music?
There
gosh.
is some rock. There's some not rock, and I don't want to tell you what it's all about because
we can just be
that might be a
surprised.
clue.
Yeah.
I've got a few different decades in here, including one that is a 2019 song. So
Oh, Lord.
For you millennials out there, we care.
there's at least one question out here that you're qualified. Question 1. Kels, stop me when you know the answer.
Okay.
Maurice White.
I'm like it.
Hey,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Maurice White was in a band called the Salty Peppers in the late 1960s. In 1970, he renamed the band after the qualities of his zodiac sign. What is the band?
Locked in.
what?
Locked in.
This
I just wanted to make sure
This
he
is
was
so
asking what I
unfair.
thought he was asking. This is a gimme.
Qualities of his zodiac. Shush. Quality of his zodiac sign. 1970. Oh,
Cancer. And my name
Yeah.
is Larry.
uh,
And there is a Phil Collins connection. If you want a hint,
I don't want a hint. I'm locked in.
Aquarius. And my name is Ralph.
Okay, Kills, what's your answer?
It would be the elements: earth, wind, and fire.
Yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
What else could you have put?
yeah.
I don't know. I was going through my head like, well, Parliament doesn't make sense, and
No,
Sly
it
and the
doesn't.
Family Stone doesn't make sense.
Well,
Sly and the
says
Family
Earth
Stone
Stone.
never made sense, and that was part of the magic because there was something seriously weird about Sly.
Genius.
Andy, do you want to go ahead and give us your answer for the
Earth,
first
Wind,
one?
and Fire.
The correct answer is Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth,
Go
Wind.
ahead.
I'll give Davo like all my points if he can name 2 other members from the band. All of them.
Ooh, can I do it?
No,
that
you
actually
cannot.
relates to a nugget that I found. According to Wikipedia, I counted up, there have been at least 50 members in Earth, Wind, and Fire over the years.
2 out of 50.
Well, odds are pretty good. You were in it.
I can come up with 2 others.
You got 2?
I got 2. I would throw out the Phil Collins connection. Philip Bailey, that when he left Earth, Wind, and Fire, did an album that was produced by Phil Collins, and Maurice
Really?
White. Or I'm sorry, Maurice
You
White was
said
the
Maurice
other.
White.
Wade
Maurice White
Flemons.
was-
Wade Flemons is the other one I was thinking.
Okay.
Of.
I feel like Phil Collins might have used the Earth, Wind, and Fire horns in some of his songs too.
Oh, like Susudio.
Man,
That
magical.
that sounds. I don't know that sounds legit.
I know he used some horn section from a
Yeah, he and Philip Bailey were pretty tight.
yeah, they did a duet. I forget what it was called.
Oh, it just came on
She's
my-
an easy lover.
yes,
Right?
thank
Easy
you.
Lover.
I didn't know that guy had any significance at all.
I didn't really either. I remembered him as Philip Bailey, but I didn't know who he was.
And it's
Yeah.
the video for Easy Lover was an homage to the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. Even ends with the exact same scene that Hard Day's Night ends with, which is the helicopter going up in the air and they're throwing out autographed photos.
I wish that as the admin on this recording feature, I could just hit mute on people's mic sometimes.
So do I.
Cut it.
I bet you do.
All right, question 2. This quote professional rapper unquote released a song called Earth in April 2019, which features Justin Bieber as a baboon, Ariana Grande as a zebra, Snoop Dogg as a marijuana plant, and Lil Yachty as HPV, among many others.
Huh.
I'm like, dude.
What?
Do you know it, Kels?
Yeah, I do.
So the video,
I didn't
when
know
I
all
looked
of
at
this, but I haven't seen the video. But
yeah, the video has 100 million views, so it's not like it's not popular.
I'm not
Right.
surprised.
I'm locked in.
Okay, I'm just going to put a name. Okay. I'm locked in.
Andy,
I believe this is friend of the show, Flavor Flav.
okay. Devo,
Wow. I believe this is friend of the show, Post Malone.
and Kells.
Little Dicky.
Correct answer is Lil Dicky.
What is the deal with all the Lil rappers right now? What is up with
I don't know.
that?
It kind of bothers me. It bothers
does
me
it?
personally. Yeah,
So
it does.
here's the thing with him. He was a comedian who was trying to get his comedy career off the ground. And so he released some like funny rap songs. And I think his name is Richard. He took the name Lil Dicky, I'm guessing, as kind of a joke. Because I mean he's like a tall, skinny, goofy looking white Jewish guy. And he but his songs he's actually a pretty good rapper, I think, and he's funny. And this video is really, really funny and interesting. And so he's got all these people doing cameos on the song. Like the Backstreet Boys are doing background vocals, and who else is on there? Ed Sheeran and just a whole bunch of people. And it's pretty good. And it's all about the earth and how we should be taking care of it. And he says all the profits from this song are going to go to environmental charities. So I highly recommend watching the video. It's a pretty funny song.
It has 107 views and 107 million views in 3 weeks.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And he actually, his first actual album was called Professional Rapper, because he was kind of laughing at the fact that he's now a professional rapper, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Question 3 in music. This artist won his second Humane Society Doris Day Music Award for a song called Earth Song from his 9th studio album released in 1995. The video was also nominated for a Grammy. That's okay.
What?
All right, I'm locking in with an answer. I want to be right because for many reasons.
I wrote this question and it was the Doris Day Music Award. I'm like, I love Doris Day. And I looked her up and she's like 97 years old. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. She's still alive. And then like the next day I heard that she died.
And you said his second, right?
This was his second.
Doris Day.
Yeah. Oh. Humane Society has an award that they named a music award that they named after Doris Day, in case that part's confusing. So it's a Humane Society award about the earth and taking care of it.
I locked in with a joke answer, and now that you've done the question twice, I know who the answer is, so I'm putting in parentheses, so at least I can have that.
Can I, if I got extra points, could I guess what he won the other award for?
I'll give you bonus points if you can name the other song.
Yeah, I'd like to try.
I think I know the other song too.
Well, aren't you guys top of the class?
Well, no, I locked in with a joke answer, so this is all in parentheses.
I locked in with an answer, and I'm not even going to try to get that other one because I'm not sure.
I locked in first, so here we go.
Okay, Deva, what's your answer?
Peter Gabriel, because Peter Gabriel.
That's not a bad guess, actually.
Andy?
I was going to make a joke with Sting because it sounds like the boring kind of music he would be producing after The Police. But then I realized, as you were talking out with Kells, it's got to be Michael Jackson. And I believe the second song is Man in the Mirror.
Okay. Kells?
Ooh. Well, I went with Michael Jackson. And I guess that the other song would be Heal the World.
Oh, that's even better.
Ooh, wee.
It would be better, except that it's not right. The correct answer is Michael Jackson, but his first award was for Man in the Mirror.
Oh, good call, Andy.
And Man in the Mirror is the one that starts with a street fight, right? That some people took umbrage with. Remember, he pounds on the car.
I thought that was bad.
Oh, that was bad. Duh. Okay. I
That
knew
was
it was
black
getting
or
my
white.
name mixed up.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. No,
No,
I
that
didn't
was
start
bad.
with a gang fight.
Or no, it was
I
like
don't-
this, just kind of this mayhem in the streets with him. But
Bad was
I
in the
don't rem-
subway with Wesley Snipes.
oh right.
You ain't bad, you ain't nothing.
All right, question 4 in music. Mother Earth Natural Anthem is a 1990 song by Neil Young and his frequent backup band. What is the name of this backup band?
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
I have no idea.
Earth, Wind, and
let's-
Fire.
They wouldn't, belittle themselves to be somebody's backup band.
Ooh. So, what were the points for last question, please, Neil?
Kells with 10.
Okay.
Andy got Man in the Mirror, though.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I never
And
thought
two for
about
Andy.
that. I do get okay.
I am locked in.
What's your answer, Kells?
On Neil Young and the Neil Before Zods.
Oh, I would listen to that all day.
Best backup band name ever.
Andy?
Some people would jokingly say Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, but it's Crazy Horse.
Devo?
Crazy Horse.
Correct answer is Crazy Horse. They've kind of done some solo stuff that I don't think anybody's ever heard of. Mostly they
Oh, I didn't know
play for
that.
him. Yeah. They've done 1 or 2 solo albums. Or not solo albums, but just the band without Neil Young.
I got to turn over my sheet that will be eventually be going on eBay. And be careful with this because I know loyal Lato Brainers like to have these original artifacts from the show.
Me too.
There you go. So my sheet is flipped over.
Okay, good. At the end of round 4, we've got Kells with 126, Andy with 124, and Devo with 95. Got a change in the lead.
Still anybody's game.
Come on, Davo. Remember, we gotta make sure Kells. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Tag team.
it's a tag team. All right.
You guys done with the paper?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay, good.
Felt like that was out of spite.
I don't think you were done when you said you were done.
It was not.
Okay. All right. Category 5 is geography. And it's
Okay.
I was going to do geography superlatives or extremes, but that seemed a little too easy. So these are geography second bests.
Oh, wow.
Geography.
So it's the geography of the Earth, by the way. That's how it fits into this
Yes.
category or this theme.
Yes.
Question 1. Depending on who does the measuring, either the Nile or the Amazon is the longest river in the world. What river is the third longest and is also the first longest that is entirely in a single country?
Locked in.
I'm torn.
I'm all out of faith.
You should see a doctor.
This is how I feel. Are you cold and ashamed, lying broken on the floor?
I have no idea what you're referencing.
Me neither.
It's a Natalie Imbruglia song called "Torn."
Oh, I've heard that.
Torn
Yeah.
between two lovers, feeling like
My wife used to make me listen to that.
Did she?
It's a fun name to say, though. Natalie
Imbruglia. It is Natalie Imbruglia with special guest Oksana Bayou.
All right, I'm a lock in.
Okay. Andy, you want to start us off?
Mississippi, she's calling my name.
Kels?
I went with the Yellow River.
Devo?
Ooh! I went with the Mississippi as well.
Mm.
Oh, this is my first sweep in a long time.
Oh,
Ooh.
The correct answer is the Yangtze.
That's the Yellow River.
what?
No.
Nah.
That's
They're
the Yellow
different.
River. The Yellow River is the Yellow River. The Yangtze is the Yangtze River.
Hence
thought
the
the Yellow
different
River
names.
Well, I thought it was like westernized. Was I incorrect on that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I see. They were both. I got it. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's the yellow and the Yangtze, and I just combined them into one.
That would be a really, really super long river if you did that.
Yes, it was.
That'd be
'Cause
gigantic.
And just for the record, there's a small part of the tributaries of the Mississippi that are in Canada.
Really?
Which is why it's not entirely in the U.S.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Because when they say that Mississippi is the longest river, they're including the Missouri and the tributaries of the Missouri and all the way up into Montana
Oh, okay.
and into Canada.
Okay. Well, fiddlesticks.
Sweep the leg.
Well done, Sensei.
All right, question 2 in geography. Mount Godwin Austen and Chigori are less common names for the second tallest mountain on the planet. What is its more common name?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Deva?
K2. Electric Boogaloo.
Andy?
Sensei's trying to fool us here. It's the trick question. What are those mountain names again?
Mount Godwin Austen and Chagori.
Yeah, those are Klingon names. So this is clearly from the Klingon homeworld.
What is the Klingon homeworld?
Crap. Give me a second.
Hmm?
We're Kalis. Oh, hold on. Oh.
He's stuck in the trivia turducken.
Mm-hmm.
No.
He's got a wrong answer wrapped inside of a wrong answer.
No. I can't. I got this.
You bring dishonor to your family. It is Kronos.
Oh, it is Kronos. Wow. So yeah, the answer is the Klingon homeworld of Kronos.
Okay. And Kels?
I went with K2, Secret of the Ooze.
The correct answer is K2.
Oh, yay.
Oh, not the
It is.
Klingon homeworld then.
It's much harder to climb than that other one, Mount Everest. But one out of every 4 climbers, one out of every 4 summiters dies,
Holy
Oh,
man.
that sounds like fun.
and that's not the most deadly. That's not the most deadly peak out there either. There's another one, Annapurna, I think, is more deadly than that.
Wow.
All right, question 3. Death Valley holds the record for the hottest recorded temperature on the planet, but Kabylie in this Mediterranean country between Libya and Algeria has the second hottest recorded temperature. So what's the country?
Oh, okay. I'm locked in.
I'm locked
Really?
in as well.
Locked in. I did an Africa map quiz today.
Come on.
Just for fun?
Yeah. That's how I passed the time.
Kels, we need to hook up on Sporkle sometime.
Sound Sporkle?
Yeah, is that where you
All right.
did it?
Yes, it did.
I'm locked in.
Okay, Kels, what's the answer?
I went with Tunisia.
Deva
Tunisia.
and Andy.
Kronos.
Correct answer is not Kronos. It is Tunisia.
They filmed a lot of the original Star Wars there in Tunisia.
They did.
Did
I,
that?
Yeah. Tatooine is Tunisia.
yeah, I think they did the desert parts of the Life of Brian in Tunisia also.
Oh.
But this town, Kabylie, is it's an oasis near a salt lake, and the second hottest temperature recorded there is 55 degrees, if you can imagine.
Oh, that's
It's
so
100.
hot.
That's 131 in Fahrenheit.
That's so hot.
Yeah,
That's pretty hot.
Yeah. I have personally been in temperatures of 120.
Where?
And lived?
Yuma, Arizona.
Yuma? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it.
And
Wholeheartedly.
just outside of Yuma, Arizona, on the California side, there are a bunch of dunes that are pretty well known because that's where they filmed Return of the Jedi. And they also filmed Rambo 3 for the Afghan parts in that area.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
You've seen Return of the Jedi.
I mean the Rambo movies.
Yeah.
Really?
I've seen the first
None
one
of
is
them.
all I've seen.
The only one worth watching is First Blood.
Yes, Rambo 2. The other ones aren't very good, except I knew people in Rambo 3 because they used Marines as Russian soldiers and Mujahideen.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
A couple of my neighbors played Soviet soldiers.
Question 4. The second coldest temperature on Earth was recorded at a science station in this self-governing constituent country within the Kingdom of Denmark, which boasts the northernmost capital city in the world. And for a bonus, name the capital city.
Well, I am locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in too. But I hope I'm not penalized for spelling because I cannot.
If you misspell the name of the country, we're going to have to send you back to school.
Well, that part was easy.
Okay, good. Okay. Andy, what's your answer?
It's Chris Kringle Corp. And of course it's Christmas Land.
You're so good at this.
I know. It's a
Deva?
gift.
I said Greenland, and the capital of Greenland is Winterfell.
And Kells.
Okay, I almost went with Oslo in Norway, but I think Iceland is a bit higher up on the map, and the capital would be Reykjavik.
Okay. Well, so I was specific to say self-governing constituent country because this is not a it's not an actual country. It's still part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Iceland is an independent country.
Yeah,
But Christmas Land
but-
is still part of the North Pole.
Greenland is a self-governing constituent country within the Kingdom of Denmark, and the capital of Greenland is Nuuk, N-U-U-K.
Really?
So,
Wow.
Winterfell.
by the way, that was recorded in the 1950s, I think, in a science station that was only there for a couple of years. I think it was a British weather station.
Can't imagine why they abandoned it.
Well, probably because they recorded a temperature of negative 87 degrees
That
Fahrenheit.
could be.
Oh.
I think anything like below zero, let's just pack it up and go
Yeah.
home.
Well, it's kind of weird because, at least in my experience, and Andy lived in the super cold too. Once you get below a certain point, it's like doesn't feel colder.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you get below zero, 5 below, 10 below feel pretty much the same way.
Yeah, but 87 below is lethal. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
but it's just kind of strange how that works. You can see how it would be incredibly dangerous to be out in the cold because your body just kind of, it's cold. It can't get colder to your body, but all the while your body's having to work harder and harder and harder to keep you alive.
Yeah.
Unless you're Superman at the Fortress of Solitude, then it doesn't affect you at all.
That's true.
Right.
I don't think the Fortress of Solitude was in Greenland.
It was at the North Pole, wasn't
I
it?
thought it was in Canada.
All the cool stuff's in
It was
Canada.
in Chris. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Anyway,
Heck yeah.
so a big turn of events.
Uh,
We've got Andy with 124, Deva with 125, and Kells with 146.
oh, come on, Davo.
All right. Last category is sports.
Crap.
Wee.
I had a hard time finding sports questions that were specifically related to Earth, so I think you'll kind of see where I went with this one. Several different directions, actually. Question 1. Artificial grass became famous when the Houston Astros installed it in the Astrodome in 1966. What AL Central team was the first to use AstroTurf in an outdoor stadium?
Ooh.
That turned on a dime.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm locked in.
I'll give you a bonus too. What company developed AstroTurf?
Okay. I'm locked in, by the way.
Sure. I'm gonna lock in.
All right, is everybody locked in?
Yep.
Devo,
Yes.
what's your answer?
The Kansas City Royals.
Okay. Andy?
It's the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park, and I'm pretty sure Monsanto is the designer of fake grass.
And Kels?
I went with the White Sox, of course. And I said it was the Wonka factory.
It was indeed Comiskey Park in Chicago. So those White Sox, and the company that developed AstroTurf was Monsanto.
Yeah.
Oh.
The AstroTurf didn't last long at Comiskey, though, right? Like 3 or 4 years?
I don't know. When they put it in, I think they just put it in the infield and like on the sides. But I didn't see how long it was there.
See, I got there was that batch of stadiums that was built, like Riverfront Stadium, and then the all those cookie cutter circle stadiums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, and I thought KC was one of those, but I think I was
Kaufman?
off by a few years. No, not Kaufman. Was it Kaufman back in the day too?
No, it was Kaufman.
I don't know. Was
Yeah,
it Kaufman?
so Kaufman and Busch Stadium and those kind of, like, here's a big circle with a bunch of AstroTurf, and they all look the same and they're real ugly. And I thought that was what you were talking about there, Neil. I missed it by like 5 years.
I thought it was kind of funny to hear. You guys probably knew this, but the Astrodome was kind of translucent, but there wasn't enough light coming in to actually grow grass. So the year before they installed the AstroTurf, they were basically playing on dirt and dried and dead grass that they painted green.
Oh my god. Oh.
Question 2. This NBA player can't seem to make up his mind about whether or not the Earth is flat, but he also claims that the Federal Reserve killed JFK and that the CIA tried to kill Bob Marley. For a bonus, what university's science curriculum seems to have failed this gentleman?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. And I think, to be fair, go to college is very loose. Loose.
He attended and got it. Well, I don't know if he got a degree. Did he graduate?
No.
I believe so.
No.
If we did later.
Deva, what's your answer?
Kyrie Irving. And he went to Duke for
Andy?
a semester and a half.
Yeah.
This comes up in class a lot. It's actually kind of a joke with my AP kids. It's Kyrie Irving, and pretty sure he's a Harvard grad. Actually, he's got a doctorate from Harvard, almost positive.
Wow.
The second part. Yeah.
I've got some false information.
Probably planted by the Federal Reserve.
The dirty Federal Reserve.
Kels?
Kyrie Irving, who attended Duke for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, that was correct. Kyrie Irving, he attended Duke for at least a time.
He played 18 games at Duke.
Yeah.
Really? Why is that? Did he?
He was hurt.
Yeah.
And went number 1.
Like after his freshman year or something?
Yes, like after his
Yes.
freshman year.
He declared. I don't even think he played in the tournament.
He didn't.
Did he play in the tournament? Yeah.
No.
He was hurt pretty much all year and went number 1 in the draft.
Yeah.
Was that a good move? Is he a good player?
I mean, yeah.
He's a very good player.
Undereducated, but a good player. Grossly undereducated.
Question 3. What California city is home to Major League Soccer's Earthquakes?
Locked in with a total guess.
I am locked in.
Sure. I'm locked in.
Kels?
San Francisco?
Deva?
San Jose.
Andy?
I guess San Francisco.
Correct answer is San Jose.
Woot.
I couldn't get past the Sharks.
So it didn't occur to me until just now that I've got 2 Chicago questions in sports.
Hot dog.
Oh
That's
boy.
okay.
Heck yeah.
A question.
Okay.
A statue in Chicago reads, quote, "He stood before us, suspended above the earth, free from all of its laws." Whose statue is it?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
So this must have been too easy. Devo,
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Andy,
Michael Jordan.
and Kels.
Air Jordan.
That is correct. It was Michael Jordan. Well, at the end of the regular game, I've got Kels with 178, Devo with 157, and Andy with a 156.
What?
You each scored 32 points in that last round.
Oh.
That's great.
Oh, I'm getting nervous.
So now we have our final question.
Okay.
Usually on the final question, I'll have like a top 20 list, or top 15 or something like that. In this case, I've only got the 10 items, so it might be a little bit lower scoring. But for the final question, I have a list of the 10 most common elements in the Earth's crust by mass.
By mass.
You need to tell me what the 10 most common elements in the Earth's crust by mass for 10 points each. Go.
I'm gonna lock in.
That was really fast, Kels.
Yeah, that scares me.
Well, biology major, man. I had to do some stuff in the science field. That and a lot of these are guesses.
For Devo and I were both history majors, and we had to actually walk past the chemistry building to get to our classes, and that was considered our science credit. Good times. Wave at
Good
the people in the
times.
chemistry building.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Why are you wearing that funny coat?
Oh. All right. Almost got this. All right. I'm locked in.
All right, I'm locked in. Sorry for the delay.
All right. Let's start with Andy.
Okay. Iron, oxygen, aluminum, sodium, magnesium, silicon. Do I have sodium? I have sodium twice. That's great. There's sodium again. I just noticed that. And after I said sodium twice, I went with vibranium,
My man.
kryptonite, and funk.
How could we
All right.
leave out the funk?
Yeah, you talk about your mass.
Devo.
I put down, and these science questions always make me feel real dumb.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Bear with me. I put down iron, carbon, aluminum, oxygen, hydrogen, titanium, platinum, methane,
Oh, I wonder if methane is.
gold, and silver.
Okay. And Kels.
All right. I went with nickel, cobalt, iron, oxygen, the Chevy aluminum. I'm sorry. Calcium,
Oh,
Magnesium.
calcium.
hydrogen, manganese, and tungsten.
Tungsten carbide drills. Sorry, that's an obscure Monty Python reference, but anytime anybody says that, I have to do that.
My wedding ring is made of tungsten carbide.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Here are the correct answers. Starting at the least common at 0.14%. It's the least common of the top 10 is hydrogen. At about 0.5%, we've got titanium.
Mm.
A little over 2% is potassium. I don't think anybody got potassium. 2.3% is magnesium.
Got that.
Another 2.3% is sodium.
Got that twice.
4.5.
Did I get points for that twice?
A little over.
Put it down twice.
No, I think just the once.
Just check.
Just the once. Number 5, a little over 4%. We've got calcium. A little over 5.5% is iron.
Yep.
8% is aluminum.
Yep.
28% is silicon.
Mostly your breast
and
implants.
Almost about 46% is oxygen.
I did okay.
So by my count, I've got, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy with 6. I got Davo with 5. And I've got Kells with
2. You got 2 out of 10.
I think
I was counting up over
Did you
here.
get-
You got 2 out of 10.
Did you get 7, Kells?
Moving along.
I got 6.
Okay, so final scores. Davo, 207. Andy, 216. And Kells with 238. So what does that mean, belt-wise?
That means that Kells has ascended to black belt status, which also means that Kells now has the right to challenge the sensei to try to
Me?
take the pebble from his hand. One-on-one, head-to-head.
I'm a little bit scared.
Did you say you were a little scared, Neil?
Yeah. I mean, I feel a little rusty. I haven't really been playing much lately.
Well, except for the utter domination of the tag team extravaganza.
Got a little ring rust off.
So thank you all for listening. Tune in for the exciting conclusion of our Kumite of Minutia Mastery, Black Belt Kells versus the Sensei. From all of us here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, this is Davo with Andy.
Congratulations, Kells. Well earned, and so long, Ladle Brainers.
Black Belt Kells.
I'd like to tell you Andy fought a good fight. But that would be a fairy tale. And there are no fairy tales at Shawshank. No, sir.
And Sensei Neil.
Well, my quote just seems lame compared to that. I was just going to quote Carl Sagan, who said, "The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena," from his famed Cosmos series.
That's beautiful.
Signing off.
Oh, yeah. Like what you hear, yeah. You should listen to the show on your favorite podcast app, yeah. Wherever you like to listen to podcasts, yeah. You want to talk to us, you can tweet us at Ladle Brain, yeah. Also, you can find us on Facebook and YouTube. We're at Brain Ladle Productions, yeah. Don't you miss it, yeah. We also have individual website and emails, brainladletrivia.com. You can find Neil, you can find Kells, Davo, and Andy. Yeah. If you want to donate to the madness, we have a Patreon. We hope to see you again soon. Go down that lonesome highway, yeah. Dig it!
The preceding podcast was presented by Brain Ladle Productions. All rights reserved.